Well, welcome to Moonshine and Music, Rebekah from Mother the Band.
Thank
How are
you.
you today? You are the queen of Mother the Band, the
Yes.
Queen Mother. Is that how I say it?
Sure. Queen Mother is great. I'll take it.
It's different. You know what the actual Queen Mother is, right? The mother of the queen?
Yes. That's not me. I'm
No.
the actual queen and the mother.
All at the same
It's
time.
like the Trinity.
So how did you come up with the band name?
Let's see. I actually came up with it before I even really started writing music again. I've been writing music for like 22 years, but hadn't really done anything with it. And I went through a little bit of a like faith evolution. And one of the most potent things, it's actually twofold, I guess. One is that I am a mother, and that rocked my world and started me on some growth and healing that I really needed to do and hadn't done before. And then also it was a little bit of an homage to my faith where, of the past, which I no longer really subscribe to, although I honor it. And how we always think of God as like this dude, God the Father. And so part of my, like, as I was breaking it all down and then reconstructing what I felt, I liked to start thinking of God as mother as well. So thinking of femininity within the divine and not just like that it's some old dude who's like waiting to punish you. So those are the two main reasons.
So here's a chance to like shamelessly plug your record.
Yes.
What's the name of it? Give everybody.
It's called Cycles.
Okay.
I put it out last spring. And we recorded it the year before in 2022. And my friends who are now my family we were brand new acquaintances. So Joshua Powell, who you know, and Jacob, and then Mina Cohan also played on it, and then a random bass player because I had a bunch of sick bass players that week.
Aren't bass players always sick?
I
It seems
know.
to be the thing.
I
Yeah.
know. They look so tough, and then and then they're just ill. But we recorded it I had money for 3 days at Postal. And I had saved up, and so we recorded the album live. We had 2 practices, and then we just went in and recorded it live. And we call that week now, looking back, we call it Postal Summer Camp because,
You went postal.
We really did. It was so fun. And I like to add more layers and stuff to what I do, but that time was just so special that this album is literally exactly what we did in those 3 days. And so I'm really proud of it. It's very folk rocky, but it's how it came to be feels very punk rock. Like we just were like, this is what we've got, and we're gonna make something.
So my admission is that I hadn't listened to it until Joshua Powell told me you were a good candidate to be on the show. Yeah. And so I started listening to it, and I was like, wow, okay, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So I love the vibe. There's just a whole, if you like, as soon as you turn it on, you start feeling something.
Yes.
And to me, that's where there's really a win,
Yes.
If there's some sort of emotion, whether some things I turn on I just hate, but that's still an emotion.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
This wasn't one of those. I didn't hate it.
Good. Okay, good.
I liked it. So when you were, I wanted to ask you about the cover art for it because it's like, it really matches well, but it's also, how did you put that together? I want to hear the backstory.
Yeah. So it kind of follows through with that like punk rock DIY thing, but because I just like went in the woods and shot the photo on my iPhone. I just didn't have any money at that point, and I had recently gone through a divorce and was just I wanted this album to come out right when it did because I was like I was wrapping a cycle. So when I released the singles, I did like various like overlapping circles, and then I wanted the cover for the whole album to like be superimposed with all of those circles. And the album itself is actually as a whole, it's one cycle, like start to finish is a whole cycle, but then within it kind of like plays like a book reads. So like the first chapter of it is like a personal cycle of like figuring out kind of what's going on within you. There's a cycle, actually I might be wrong. First cycle I think is looking outside. Second cycle is looking inside. And then the third cycle is sort of integrating both of those things. Like how do I show up in the world as myself, but like also help both heal myself and the world by the work that I'm doing. So, yeah, all of those circles are just different cycles. And, you know, I'm kind of nerdy for like sacred geometry and all that shit. So, can I curse? Okay.
We are not.
I mean, shit is hardly even a curse word, but.
I mean, there have been many words spoken here.
Yes.
We had the Barney Mugger Street Band on one time, and there were, if you would like to see an exercise and there's no way we could have used a beep enough, that would be that one.
That would be it.
We're cool.
Okay.
We always just mark it with an E.
Yes.
And forget about it.
Yep.
Even if there aren't any. Like,
might
you're
as
fooled
well.
into thinking it sometimes that somebody who must have cussed up a storm mistakes E. Nope.
Not this time.
Not necessarily. So, you know, one of the things that, you know, whenever we do a cliched interview, it's nice to go, hey, who are some of your influences? Like, who do you really like? Like, what? I mean, maybe growing up, but, you know, if you have somebody right now that's like a big influence.
Yeah. So influences are kind of hard for me because I don't, I listen to music in a very like ADHD kind of way. And so I will just like hyper fixate on somebody, whether or not they are anything like me or even what I feel capable of doing. But right now I am like hyper fixated on this rapper and singer called Queen Herbie. And well, actually, I guess she could be considered an influence going forward, or like it's just nice to hear somebody doing something similar because her lyrics are always very much about like growth and like introspection and like sort of self-empowerment. And so and kind of with the spiritual, but like also the profane kind of like mixed it all in together. And so she's super fun. I've been like listening to her so much that now I can like rap along with these songs. So it's fun. And I grew up in a kind of a weird culty situation. So I didn't listen to a lot of music growing up other than classical music. My grandma was a concert pianist. And then also we listened to like folksy Christian music from like the 70s, like the Jesus People movement. And both of those things do.
There was a Jesus People movement. Now, see, I haven't. This like played that. You just saying that.
I know.
Like smacked into something for me.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, you know how like people have around Christmas time the little like nativities with like the little ceramic, you know, nativity.
Yes.
Okay, well, I call them the Jesus People.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. They are the Jesus People.
Where are the Jesus People? We gotta put them out. You know,
time.
Like
That's hilarious. Yeah.
And so you said that, I was like,
you're like, wait a minute.
There's a whole movement of Jesus People?
There's just little ceramic babies walking around.
Well, and you know, and the little ceramic baby Jesus is the one that you must find.
Yes.
I mean, if we lose a shepherd or something, it's going to be okay. We can, you know,
and
as long as we
smallest.
have as long as we have Mary, the three wise men, and Jesus, we're all right, right? We have that is our minimal nativity, right?
Required.
Right.
Yes.
If we lose a sheep, it's all right. I mean,
okay.
One of the sheep did lose like part of his body, you know, so you just have to kind of tuck him off to the side, you know.
Yeah, no big deal. That's hilarious.
so you like took me off on a tangent.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Believe me, that's how my brain works.
But the Jesus People movement, tell me more. I must know.
Well, it was a little bit before my time, but the church that we went to when I was a kid, we did a lot of that music. But it was out in California. It was just like a.
So you grew up in California?
No, I didn't. Just that Jesus People movement.
That
and then
movement.
they made it made its way. But there was they did a lot of like music. And they were kind of, I think they were trying to be kind of cool, you know. They were like, you know, now we've got like Hillsong or whatever making like trendy music for Christians, which I gig at a church now, but I'm not like religious anymore. So, but I sing all of those songs, which is funny. But yeah, it's a little, you know, it was a little bit culty. It was all the people that were like tripping super hard on like LSD and then like found
so they were
God.
like the
know?
microbus Jesus movement people, right?
Yes.
I kind of, you know, as a kid remember them like scooting out in their VW bus or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So where did you grow up here in Indiana?
Yes, I'm from West Lafayette. My whole family has been in West Lafayette for like many generations at this point.
Wow, so like there are people live there other than college kids?
I know, believe it or not.
Like 6 of them, and they were all your family.
It was.
Right?
It truly was. I'm the oldest of 7 kids, so.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah. Back to the culty thing. We were even a mid-sized family at my church. One of my best friends was one of 13, so.
Wow, that's a lot of kids.
It's a lot of kids.
I have 2, and they're fully grown, and having 13 would not have happened.
Oh my gosh.
I would have probably like just fell over with exhaustion.
I know. I have 3 kids, and it is a large amount for me.
It's a lot. I get it.
It's a lot.
Totally get it. So do you have a certain song that you want us to focus on for this evening, or?
Like for this segment or for
for the show.
Oh, for the show.
You're gonna go out there and play some songs for us on the National Road Music Series stage.
I think maybe Moments. That's one of my favorites from this album, and it's a pretty good glimpse into what I like to do, which is make introspective lyrics like super accessible. So Moments is about practicing mindfulness and like being where you are, and not spending so much energy kind of like looking to the future, or you can get stuck looking in the past. But if you're waiting on something to happen always, you never actually live your life. And so that's what that song is about. But it's like kind of a pop length bop, and it's pretty catchy. And that's what I try to do. I try to make, I write very intentionally, but I want it to be just like an earworm that's going to get stuck in your head, because a lot of songs, it's like they'll get stuck in your head and it's fine, but they're not like medicine. And sometimes I'm like, I just want something that's going to get stuck in my head that's going to help me like elevate, like a mantra or something, but make it fun, So anyway, Moments, I would say Moments probably.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for
thanks for
having
playing tonight. It'll be a lot of fun to watch you out there. And let's go and watch her play on the stage right now. Mother the band.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This next song I'm going to play is actually, so I crossed paths with Joe in 2018 at an open mic night in Indianapolis that I started going to occasionally. It was like a once a month thing. And I went a couple of times. Nobody there remembers me because I was just like a random person that would come, but it was a very pivotal moment in my life because I had just started writing again. I've been writing for like 22 years, but I stopped for a little bit. Anyway, so this is one of the first songs that I ever played at that open mic night, and one of the first songs that I played live again after quite some time at that point, so I thought it would be kind of fun to do it tonight. This one is not released, but it's called Looking. So I'm trying to go on a little journey with you tonight. So the first song talks about it's okay not to know. Nobody knows. And then this one is about looking, trying to find your place. Every day I awake to the weight of the world on my back. I try to avoid, but it shapes everything I do. Try as I might, I give into the fights that make up for my life. I try to be good, and I lost everything that's true. And I'm searching, but I don't even know what for. Thank you. This song is called Moments, and it's off of the album that I released last year. And one of the things that I like to try to do with my songs is both like normalize the human experience and then also elevate it. So like express how I'm feeling and then also kind of rewire those neural pathways a little bit. Give myself some mantras to get stuck in my head, you know? So this song is about essentially mindfulness. It's a mindfulness bop, y'all. And I want to sort of use that earworm, you know, when we get something stuck in our heads. I want to make it easy for people to like have something that gets stuck in their head that then helps them on their path. So this song is about not getting stuck, really looking too much into the future, too much into the past. We have to do both of those things. It's actually awesome that we can do that. But it can become a little bit pathological and you can miss your entire life. You can miss your whole life if that's how you exist. And I have been there. I feel like I lost like a decade there. So it's about living in this moment. And weirdly, I feel like when you live in the moment, time is weird. Time doesn't really exist, you know? So it expands it, you know? If you were like here, everything opens up.
Moonshine and Music is produced by Joe Shelton. Our cameraman, grip, and stunt double is Brent Lee Smith. Artwork by Bailey Shelton. Production crew, Patrick Zabriskie, Ray Hoskins, and special thanks to the Owens family. Also thanks to the H.J. Ricks Center for the Arts, Tony Seiler and Heather Warren staff for all of their assistance in our National Road Music Series shows. Moonshine and Music is copyright 2025, all rights reserved. Hope to see you next time on Moonshine and Music.